Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
That's right. We learn so many things from these incredible heroes. They make an impact on our life. We learn some of their secrets. They are either entertainers, biographers, authors, athletes, and so much more. I mean, we started off the show with the founder and CEO of Malwarebytes. Almost everybody's got that on their computer. And we had Jillian Michaels, right? The famous fitness queen. Just don't ever eat a donut in front of her. And we had Dr. Kevin Freiberg. He is the author of Bocce Ball. Well, let's get started with our next hero. And by the way, thank you for the feedback we continue to get from having the founder of Kayak.com on. You can go to our website anytime and hear some of our past interviews at Eliances.com. That's Eliancer.com. Now, our next hero is Geoffrey Marks. He is the author of a new book about the legendary, you ready for this? Ella Fitzgerald, the Queen of Jazz, with full support of the Fitzgerald Estate and Foundation. And you could reach the publisher at ultimatesymbol.com. Again, that's ultimatesymbol.com. Now, you're an Emmy Award winner, a Grammy Award nominee. You've been called a walking encyclopedia of show business history. Now, Geoffrey, how did you come to work on the Ella book commemorating her life?
Well, and I've been called a lot of other things, too, but we won't go into those.
All right.
Well, you know, it's a wonderful thing, your title, Heroes, because Ella is a hero. I like to work with and write about people who are the very, very best at what they do. And when you're talking about Ella Fitzgerald and singing, as far as most musicians and singers are concerned, there's Ella Fitzgerald, and then there's everybody else. I don't want to write about everybody else. I want to write about the best, and she is a hero to me.
Now, Ella would have been, 100 years old last year. So this is really important because this is part of the centennial celebration of her life, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I've been a part of doing that all year long, and it's wonderful. She would have been so thrilled to know that in the 21st century, 100 years out, we're watching her concerts, we're listening to her music, that what inspired her to inspire other people is still going on now.
And the proceeds, from what I understand, right, they go to the Ella Fitzgerald Charitable Foundation. Tell us about that.
The Ella Fitzgerald Charitable Foundation is Ella's financial legacy going forward. It is run by her estate with people, of course, who are involved with this. It's helping the working poor help themselves. People who have jobs, but maybe you had to miss a rent payment for some reason, or maybe your car has broken down and now you can't get to work, or your child needs a computer for school and you can't put the money together. Helping the working poor to stay working, to stay independent, that was just tremendously important to Ella's heart.
I mean, truly incredible. And again, you can get the book by going to ultimatesymbol.com/Ella, ELLA, or of course Amazon, and we'll have it on our website at Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com. Now, Geoffrey, what was the inspiration that you had to go ahead and say, hey, I'm going to take on this project, which, requires an immense, I would imagine, amount of concentration and research, and go ahead, take this project on and really dive in? What was your inspiration?
Well, the lady inspired me because I had come to know some of the people in her management. And they said, you're such a good writer, why don't you start doing research before we're all dead and there's no one left to ask any questions of? And I said, you're absolutely right. So this is 25 years in the making. And I had to, as you said, this tremendous amount of research, listen to every song recorded, whether it was released or not, watch every television, every movie, listen to every radio show. But the inspiration is the more I learned about her as a person, the more I saw the struggles she had to overcome and still succeed. On paper, she should have been a total failure. But there was something in her that said, no matter what, I am moving forward. And she is a hero, because Ella Fitzgerald, who was a very shy, very private woman, kicked doors down for people of color, for women everywhere, for anybody who was any kind of a minority, to walk through the door. Look what I've done. I can do it. You can do it. And that story needed to be told.
Absolutely amazing. And you're listening to me, David Kogan, host of the Eliances Hero Show. Make sure you go to Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com. The only place where entrepreneurs align. And we're speaking with Geoffrey Marks. He is the author of a new book about the legendary Ella Fitzgerald. And actually, too, this book gets more into her personal life, like you had mentioned, more than ever. What are maybe one or two secrets you can share with us from the book about her personal life that maybe people might not know?
Well, Ella had to sanitize her childhood when she became famous. Because keep in mind, for those of you who don't know her entire story, Ella became famous at 16. So it was a very strange time in show business. We're talking about the mid-1930s. The word even dating, you had to be careful with, that there might be some breath of scandal. Ella's early life is so tragic, filled with mental abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, abandonment by her parents, being used by people. None of that could have been known to the public. So they had to really sort of create this fantasy about where she came from and who she was, and then she was stuck with it. So in order to tell the real story, I had to sort of peel the onion layer by layer and go back to the truth. And the truth does not diminish who she is as a woman. I think it makes her more heroic. Ella and I, unfortunately, have some things in common from our childhoods. And on paper, as I've said, for both of us, neither of us should have succeeded. But there is something in Ella that I can relate to, and I think your listeners can relate to, that said, yes, I've had some really, really, really hard knocks, but I was given with God-given talent. I was born that way. I'm going to use it, and I'm going to make something of myself despite the hard knocks. I don't know how much more inspiration one person can give to another than to say, God gave me all this stuff to use, and by golly, I am going to use it. And look what she did. Good heavens.
Absolutely amazing. And based on your research, we've got a little less than a minute left, and the time that you have spent with Ella, Geoffrey, what advice would you share really for children that want to grow up and change the world? Because it seems like younger and younger people want to go ahead and do something, make their mark, like Ella did and stuff. What do you think is the best way for children to get started to do that?
I think the best way for children to get started with that is look inside yourself. What is your passion? What makes your heart happy? What is it you do, whether it's making a meal for somebody else or drawing a picture or singing a song or writing a story? What is it in you that really makes you happy? And then share that with other people. And remember that there are days when you're going to be sad and you're going to be depressed, and so is everybody else. Everybody's got a pain you don't know about. And if you remember that when you deal with people, you'll be a much nicer person.
Well, Geoffrey Marks, you definitely know your passion, and you know what makes you happy because you share the rich history of music so fans and everyone can truly pay tribute to an icon like Ella Fitzgerald. You help those who made an impact in life live on through your work. That's a hero, Geoffrey Marks. You could reach him at ultimatesymbol.com. This is David Kogan with Eliances.
You have been listening to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. Eliances is the destination for entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, inventors, leaders, celebrities, and startups. To present your superpower, Visit www.Eliances.com.